We're rolling.
What's happening, everybody? Today we have a special edition of Mega Strange, a little bite-sized episode of Mega Strange.
Yeah, I'm excited. We decided for our Tuesday uploads to be just like a little chill chat with you guys.
Yeah, we're going to try something new today. We started a call-in hotline for people to share their strangest experiences with us. We're going to listen to some of these stories and react to them. I haven't heard any of these. You've reviewed a couple of them. Yeah, a lot of people who watch this show, of course, you're going to watch this show if you've experienced something crazy in your own life.
Yeah.
So we want to get those stories and hear what all the mega strangers out there have witnessed with their own two eyes. We're going to be talking to some mega strangers in the night. Let's get the fuck into it.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
I'll put the number on screen here. Again, make sure to keep your thing concise. I know some people complained about our message being too long, but fuck it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, if you want to call us, tell us your story. But as Johnny just mentioned, try to keep it concise. Try to keep it short. Keep it definitely within one call. How long is the time limit on these calls?
3 minutes.
Keep it under 3 minutes. The closer you are to 1 minute or 30 seconds, the more likely you are to get on this show because we got a lot of stories to go through, and we can't dedicate too much time to any one story. But let's get into it now.
All right, this is the first one.
All right.
Yo, this is Eric. I have a story. When I was a little kid during Halloween, or sometime around Halloween, October-ish, I looked up into the sky and I saw a star that was like descending, and then it split into four and started going in all different directions. And it was glowing in the sky, and I thought I was hallucinating or something because I didn't believe in UFOs. And I kept it with me for all those years. They just kind of disappeared. And I kept it with me for all those years. And then one day, I don't remember how, somewhere across the internet, I stumbled across a video of a bunch of skydivers in my area. And it was dated very close to that time period. And I realized at that moment, years later, by pure chance, that the UFO that I saw was not a UFO, but it was in fact a bunch of skydivers. So it's not a real strange story, but it shed some light into the workings of the strange. Keep on keeping on. Love the podcast.
All right, thank you, Eric.
All right, thanks, Eric. So that would fall under the category of explainable flying objects, which, you know, it happens more often than you think. They say that 80% of UFOs are caused by an explainable phenomenon, and it's usually something you would never think of.
Yeah, like a blimp or
a group of skydivers breaking off into their own direction close to Halloween.
What? Oh, sorry.
All I was going to say is that doesn't mean that extra 20% doesn't exist. The 20% that can't be explained in any way.
Oh, I was going to say, I feel like both of our faces lit up when that call started, and it sounded exactly like those old radio shows where people calling about UFOs. Like, I feel like both of us like, oh, it's like, what's that show called? Coast to Coast?
Yeah, did you ever listen to Coast to Coast with Art Bell or George Norrie?
No, I mean, I've heard like old YouTube broadcasts of it, or like people put them on YouTube, but I never really...
I don't know if it's on the air anymore, but I used to listen to this on a regular basis because I used to be like a huge night owl.
Yeah.
I would love to wake up at between 12 and 2 p.m., and then stay up all throughout the day, all throughout the night, and then go to bed about 5 a.m. or 7 a.m. the next morning.
Whoa.
I probably did that for like good 10, 11, or 12 years of my life. And yeah, late at night, that Coast to Coast show would come on the radio every single night, and they'd have just random guests. And I'd usually be driving home from somewhere because I would stay out pretty late before I went home and would like edit videos or play video games. So I'd usually be on the drive home about 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, be listening to Coast, and loved it. So I do like that these calls are reminiscent of Coast to Coast. They make me feel nostalgic and comforted in a certain way.
Yeah, I mean, it's through Google Voice, but like it sounds exactly like how that would sound from one of those shows. Like it's like it like gave me that weird warm feeling to hear like someone calling like that. So
by the way, there's thunderstorms in San Diego tonight, which is why I'm dressed up like a serial killer who kills you with a hook in an urban legend.
Yeah, I bought a sandwich before, and when I got to the studio, it was raining so hard I'd eat my sandwich in the car.
There's purple lightning in the sky in San Diego tonight. We might have a hurricane for the first time in 150 years.
Damn.
So it's a dark and stormy night, and we're listening to creepy calls here on the Mega Strange bite-sized episode. Let's load up another one.
Sure.
Hey, Derek and Johnny. So
What's happening, man?
I really like Ouija boards. Mostly I really like how you can just say you like Ouija boards and it makes all your friends freak out. And you get to find out which of your friends is like actually crazy because they believe in Ouija boards. So anyway, whenever we play with the Ouija board, I'm usually accused of messing with it. But one time, we're taking it real seriously. Lights off, electronics off, everything unplugged, candles lit. We do the Ouija board. Nothing really crazy happens. Everyone gets mad at me anyway. Most of the room leaves to go smoke a cigarette. We come back. All of the hard drives in the room are wiped. The computers weren't even plugged in. Well, couldn't be my fault. Wasn't me. I'm still in trouble for it. Anyway, love the show. See you in Philly next time you come.
Oh, hello. That was a great call.
All right. So his Ouija board wiped all the hard drives in the house.
After smoking a cigarette.
After smoking a cigarette. You know, first of all, we will see you in Philly because we're going to be out there in a few months with the Mega 64 live tour. We're going to be trying to do some Mega Strange episodes on location in the towns we go to, hopefully, if we have time.
Yeah.
Because it's really busy when you're on tour.
Oh, yeah.
It's like nonstop. Wake up, drive to the next city, set up the show, do the show, end the show, go to bed, do it all over again.
Yeah.
But we're still going to try to peel away and explore the towns that we're in. But let's talk about ghosts. Effing with electronics.
Isn't that like a thing?
All I know is our good friend Rocco.
Yes.
We should pull him in here because I was there when he claims to have experienced a ghost. We were visiting with a game developer here in San Diego. I don't know if I should say who it is, so I won't, but people out there may know. And supposedly this game developer had set up office in a haunted house. Not a haunted house, actually, a haunted building in downtown San Diego.
Yeah.
That used to be owned by Wyatt Earp at one point and was a brothel at one point.
Okay.
This building goes back to like Old West times, you know.
Yeah.
The 18-somethings. And supposedly there's one room in this building where a woman committed suicide and is said to still haunt the room like on a daily basis.
Oh my God.
And the room actually is vacant because nobody will rent it for too long because everybody who rents it out eventually moves out because of the paranormal experiences. And the video game developer had rented the room and kept it empty because they liked the story so much. They just wanted to be in possession of the room. And so we were messing around, filming a video in the hallway. And as you know, Rocco, he's always on his phone, blah, 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 filming stuff. And
that's how he's on his phone, yeah.
That's how he is when he's in a movie star mode.
Yeah.
And he goes right up to the door and puts it to the door, and his iPhone bricks. Just turns
That doesn't
off.
really happen fairly often.
You talk to him, he'll tell you it's the only time it's ever happened.
Yeah.
He's convinced it was ghost activity turning the phone off. So I wouldn't be surprised if you summoned a ghost with a Ouija board and it wiped all the hard drives in your room.
Yeah, that would be crazy. I want to talk to you about this. I feel like this is info that I've always like heard about and I've never talked about on the show, which is crazy. But I heard a lot of instances of like ghost sightings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the buildings, they have really old radiators. And you know how radiators like make noise?
Yeah.
Well,
I've never lived in a building with a radiator.
So apparently there's a certain frequency that like when stuff bangs a lot, it'll create a very low frequency you can't hear.
Okay.
But it'll vibrate your eyes.
Oh.
Minutely.
What?
Yeah. So there's like certain frequencies like that you can't hear, but it'll vibrate your eyes. So like you'll start to see like light and stuff. So a lot of people think that a lot of ghost sightings are that.
It's like a dog whistle.
Yeah.
It's the ghost whistle.
There's also certain sound frequencies that are super low that will make your hair stand up on, like, give you that sense of dread. They use it in movies a lot too.
There's also a certain sound frequency that'll make you poop your pants.
Yeah.
It's called the brown noise. We do a whole episode on sound frequencies and how they mess with the human body. In fact, have you heard about Havana syndrome?
Yes.
Yeah, apparently these U.S. diplomats in Cuba started feeling migraines and vomiting and hearing a weird ringing noise, and they didn't know what it was. And they still to this day don't know what it is, but they suspect it's an enemy nation having developed some sort of technology that could like tap into our cell phones or extract messages and data through Wi-Fi or through the air or through cell phone signals. And whatever device they're using, supposedly they think a side effect of it or evidence of its existence is Havana syndrome, that the diplomats in this embassy were falling sick to some sort of low-key radiation disturbance. And that's the theory. They just think, yeah, some enemy nation is probably spying on us, and whatever they're using is causing the people in this building to get really sick. And in fact, Kamala Harris was suffering Havana syndrome earlier this year when she like got off a plane in the Philippines or something, and they were reporting it on NBC News.
That's always something I didn't know if I should be afraid of. Like, I know I don't know if they're fake studies or like shitty like fake Facebook article studies, but I know I've heard like Wi-Fi signals aren't great for you to like be hit constantly, but that could be just some fake fake news shit.
Back in the 90s, they used to talk about how cell phones were causing like brain tumors and stuff. And the argument is like you're having a satellite beam communication and radio waves to your head.
Yeah.
You're holding it up to your head. And I even think I think the jury's still out on whether putting a cell phone next to your head is like damaging or not.
The lobbyists are trying to hide that info.
I mean, cell phones haven't been around for more than like 30 years.
Yeah,
like,
we don't know.
We don't know what a whole lifetime of beaming stuff to your brain does. It's probably safe. I'm gonna hope it's safe because I ain't giving up my cell phone.
Yeah, I know. I definitely put like a pillow on my lap if I have a laptop on it. I'm not like raw dogging a laptop on my.
The laptop radiation is gonna make you sterile.
Yeah, when I feel the like heat on my fucking knees, I'm like, this shouldn't be on my lap.
The boys are getting microwaved down there. Do we have another, or is that the end of this episode?
I mean, we have other ones that I haven't really listened to. So I guess either we can, try it out, or we could say this is the end of the episode.
I think this is a good little bite-sized nugget.
Me too, yeah.
Thanks everybody for calling us, and really appreciate the two callers who got through with their stories. Again, feel free to give us a call, drop us a line, tell us any story that you've experienced, especially if it's strange, paranormal, bizarre, ghostly, otherworldly, or if you just think we'd be interested in it.
Oh, yeah.
Try to keep it to a minute if possible.
Yeah.
And we'll be back Saturday at noon with a brand new episode of the Mega Strange Podcast. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you then.
Good night.